All right, so here we have our Petrogen Torch. Normally in this backpack setup, we have the fuel and we have our oxygen, but we're saving that for any calls that we may have today. So we're going to use a oxygen cylinder that's already at the station. So we're going to take the regulator off of that oxygen cylinder that's there, and we're going to attach it to this cylinder. We're going to use the wrench that comes in our kit, and we're going to tighten to make sure it's completely tight. We're going to turn on our cylinder at the top, and once we have everything connected, we're going to dial up to our PSI that's listed on the manual. So I would refer to the manual depending on what tip you're using. What number tip, you'll go to that PSI. To adjust the PSI, you're going to use this right here, and you could turn it up or turn it down, whatever you have to do to get it to our PSI. So today for 81 tip, we're going to use 20 PSI. Then we're also going to have our gas cylinder here. So we're going to use normal gasoline. So we insert the gasoline into the cylinder, and then we're going to attach the gasoline line. As you can see, it's the metal line with the red tip, and we're going to add that to the torch. And for the oxygen, we're using the green line, and it'll tell you on the actual torch, green is for oxygen and the red is for fuel. Once that's all attached to the torch, we're going to pump to 20 psi as well. So slow pumps until you get to 20 psi. And that's 20 psi. Then there's a valve up here that says open slowly and fully, and we're going to turn it counterclockwise until it's fully open. All right, so here we have our striker tool, and this is what's going to give you the spark to your oxygen fuel mixture. Here we have the torch, as we spoke about prior. The green goes to the oxygen, the red goes to the fuel. As you can see, it says gas on one side, and it says oxy for oxygen on one side for the Petrogen Torch. To control the flow of the oxygen, you have the control tab here. Control this flow of the fuel, you have the tab here. And they're color coded so that you pretty much don't forget. For purging, you use the handle, and when you're actually cutting, you're going to use the handle. So the way we're going to go about doing this is, we're going to do, for this tip, we're going to use half a turn on oxygen and then half a turn on the gas or fuel. To start, we're going to start with the oxygen, turning it half turn. Then you can start to hear that oxygen escaping. Then we're going to go with the fuel. We're going to turn that as well, half turn. You should start to see the fuel splurting out there on the material. You're going to take your striker tool. You're going to heat it up on the material. We like to hold it at an angle. And you can start to adjust your fuel and oxygen. And we want to get those fingers there. Now to cut, we're going to get close and start to heat up that material until it starts to melt. It starts to melt, then you're going to use that. Do small motions. shutdown, we're going to go the opposite. So we're going to turn the fuel off first, and then we're going to turn the oxygen off. And a nice clean cut.